Welcome to the video on sulfuric acid. Let's reacquaint ourselves with sulfuric acid. Molecules of sulfuric acid contain 7 atoms, 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur and 4 oxygens, of which 2 oxygens are double bonded to the sulfur. The raw materials required for sulfuric acid production are air, water and sulfur. It is made through the contact process, a 3-stage process which will be detailed over the next few slides. During the first step, sulfur is burnt with the oxygen in air. This produces sulfur dioxide. This stage is also not reversible. Care is taken with the stowage and handling of sulfur dioxide, as its release into the atmosphere can cause acid rain. During the second step, oxygen is reacted with the sulfur dioxide to produce sulfur trioxide. This reaction is reversible. Like the Haber process, it is carried out under a set of compromise conditions to maximize economic production. These conditions are as follows. A vanadium oxide catalyst is used at 450 degrees Celsius and 2 atmospheres of pressure. In the final step, sulfur trioxide is reacted with water to produce sulfuric acid. This reaction is not reversible. It should also be noted that it is a very exothermic reaction and produces clouds of sulfuric acid. To negate this hazard, concentrated sulfuric acid is reacted with the sulfur trioxide instead of the water to produce oleum. This is then added to water to produce sulfuric acid in a safer manner. Sulfuric acid has many industrial applications, the largest of which is in the production of fertilizers. It can be reacted with ammonia or ammonium hydroxide to produce ammonium sulfate. This accounts for roughly 32% of sulfuric acid's industrial application. The remaining uses include the production of paint at 17%, detergents at 13%, artificial fibres at 6%, plastics at 4%, and the remaining 28% is considered other, and these include dyes, explosives, batteries and pesticides. It is also worth mentioning that naturally occurring sulfur is very, very rare. Most of it is found as an impurity in fossil fuels. It is essential to remove it from these, as if they are burnt, the sulfur impurities can react with oxygen in the air to produce acid rain, as discussed earlier. To finish, we will look at sulfuric acid and its function as a dehydration agent. A dehydrating agent is a substance that can be used to remove water from another substance. You need to know 2 examples of sulfuric acid acting as a dehydrating agent. The first is addition to hydrated copper sulfate. Blue hydrated copper sulfate crystals, upon addition of sulfuric acid, will form a white powder called anhydrous copper sulfate. The second example is the addition of sulfuric acid to glucose. It is important to use concentrated sulfuric acid in this instance, as dilute sulfuric acid will not produce results quickly. This reaction is quite exothermic. It produces a black solid, which is carbon, and steam. The steam will cause the black carbon to rise out of the reaction vessel, quite similar to those time-lapse videos of skyscrapers getting built. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the final video.